yeah, so I'm doing this consecutive three-pointer challenge, and you know, it's been pretty cool. You know, I'm up to 15 in a row. You know, I've never done that growing up. You know, I self-taught myself. I self-trained myself to play basketball, and that just wasn't something that it wasn't a thing to me. See, back in them days, social media didn't exist, so it's like me during my workouts, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't proving nothing to nobody. You know, I had to prove it to myself to be the best shooter that I could be. You know what I mean? I had to prove it to myself that I was the best shooter, and standing in the spot making a certain amount of three-pointers in a row just was not one of the things that I felt was going to make me better. You know, and before I even go any further, I realized that my training to be under 6 foot, unathletic, make a Division One at a school that's a top 25 team, you know, right now. They top 25, been that for the last 2, 3 years. But to make something like that from a small city, you know, it's like obviously I did the right things. You know, my work ethic, craft, craftiness. It was respect. It worked. You know, and so I started to say that making a bunch of shots in a row was never it was never a goal of mine. You know, but what was a goal of mine, was to take a whole bunch of shots, 500 shots a day, make 500 a day. And I didn't want to be in the gym forever. So, that was my thing. I didn't want to be in the gym forever, but I had to make 500 shots a day. And so, shot making was important for me growing up, because I had that goal that I stuck to. And like I said, I proved it to myself. It wasn't for anybody else. And so, like I said, and also at a certain point, once my shot was the way it needed to be, I also knew that I needed reps to make it, to make it effective in games, in competitive situations. You know what I'm saying? I needed to be comfortable enough to where when I knew people were gonna be trying to stop me. You see what I'm saying? So I needed to shoot a lot of different ways, which is what gave me so many different types of shots and releases, because my workouts consist of taking difficult shots from different positions, unbalanced, different angles, leaning, in the air, set shot, quick shot off the dribble, off the catch, off the bounce, off the ground. There's so many different ways to shoot the ball that I worked on, so I didn't have time to sit there and do any sort of a test of how many I could make in a row. And I know that now it's something that I know can catch a trend, because you can show people, and so yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm kind of starting doing that, because I just know that visually that's going to be what draws y'all into my shooting platform, which is also going to lead into my training platform, because obviously there's a lot more that I have figured out about the game of basketball than just shooting the ball. But that's what everybody likes to see. That's what people, like I say, Steph Curry has changed the game of basketball. Shout out to him. And plus, he just got that look, Steph Curry just has been the highest paid player in the NBA, whatever, $62 million a season for Golden State after his Olympic performance. So, like I said, that's where basketball is going. And if y'all want to get paid, then there's more money now on the table than there's ever been before. Like, when I was coming up, they didn't have 62 million, 100 million, 200 million on the table. but I still put the work in, you know, to get these skills. And so if you don't pick up this knowledge now, when there's 62 million on the table, then it just, you know, just not in you. And that's just as simple as that. As simple as I can put it. It's not in you. And I'm on here to kind of challenge y'all, so we can kind of find out who is, you know, who are these people who has the skills inside of them, who has the potential, who has the gift inside of them to put the work in to try to get to the highest level and pick up them $62 million that's on the table. Steph Curry just showed you. And like I said, and that's without slam dunking. That's just from shooting the basketball, and that's it, you know. That's, I mean, Steph Curry get paid for shooting the basketball. And so, like, that's what I'm here to do. And so I'm kind of excited about social media because, like I said, this is like me being able to do, you know, what I've done. And so, like, back to the training, honestly, like, it's not really a way to for me to teach you how to, you know what I'm saying, talk and tell you how to shoot that many, make that many shots in a row, because it's a lot to it. It's not that simple. Like, the reality is the reason why I'm able to do it is because I'm just that good. You know what I'm saying? Like, my wrist is a radar, if that makes sense. Like, my wrist is like a radar to the rim. You know, I'm a shot maker, so it can leave my fingers and it's already gonna be guided to the rim. And it's gonna be pretty accurate because that's how I trained, you know what I'm saying? That's the way I worked out. I do have a philosophy of what that is, and that's what y'all need. And y'all not gonna get that just from me saying, oh, we'll go and stand by the basket up close and shoot 10 shots and then move back. Like, you know, that sounds good and all, but it's got to be in you. And like I said, it starts just with hours of doing it, day by day. You know what I mean? And so, you know, that's what it takes. But I'm showing y'all the results that's gonna come from doing this. Man, right along with that, it's gonna increase a little bit. You're gonna get a little bit better. You get a little bit better. You're gonna get more accurate, a little bit more accurate. And then from there, see, this game is one of them games you're gonna get out what you put in. You know what I'm saying? The work you put in, the time you put in, is the results you're gonna get back. Don't put the time in, don't put the work in. One thing I can do for you is I can lead by example. You see, I'm walking to the gym right now. Walking to the gym right now to get these shots up. And, you know, and I know what it takes because I did it. It's a routine. It's something that I can just lead by example. That's why, instead of me talking to you a bunch, I'm showing you can go into shooting these shots, shooting game shots, shooting challenge shots, off balance shots, you know, running from one wing to the other. You know, that's something that's gonna help you, because in the game you're not gonna be shooting in the same spot. But now at 40 years old, I got the luxury to just be able to do that.